I want to ask your transition from when you were a community organizer to how you became a developer advocate, right? This is something you're doing just for your enjoyment. This is something you're doing as a community thing. And how and why did you convert this into your full time job?
Uh, to be honest, I always want to be a teacher, like
Mhm.
someone who could talk to developers. I always enjoy learning and teaching, and I still think it that way. I don't think it in any other form. I would love to exp- if I have to say, I talk more, and then that's my advantage in telling people what I learned, and
Mhm.
the number one thing that I always do, even within the teams. Whatever teams that I have always worked, I always do internal presentations, and I do a lot of that stuff even before this role. And then, like, when I started doing this role, this a part-time community organizer to DigitalOcean, I realized that there's a lot of opportunity for me to, like, grow in this, because I have a skill to talk to people. And then I thought that it would be very easy to transition. It is not,
Mhm.
and it is really hard. It is
Mhm.
very, very hard, and there are very few opportunities in developer relations world. And
Mhm.
I'd be really cautious for a lot of newcomers. There are a lot of good things. I think, Yash, we spoke about it a lot. Even when you came and we talked about it. A lot of roles are very different. A lot of roles have a very serious marketing edge. When I say marketing edge, the rules demands are different. The goals are different. Wherein when you are working for community, you are just catering to the needs of the community. If that exactly translates to a paying job, oh, go well and do it. Uh, but then how I really did it is, like, I was really wanting to get into this developer advocate position. It's a title that really want to have and teach people, teach about a specific technology. And then I tried a lot of roles. I still remember, it took me 8 months. I have applied to a lot of opportunities, and I never got a reply email to a lot of opportunities. I have got a lot of rejection, or, like, I'm sorry, we are looking for a person who already is experienced into this. There are a lot of such roles. And then like and I have to say, I'm not an open source bigwig. I'm not into seriously doing a lot of open source stuff then. And GitHub was just starting, for me. I mean, at least for me, like, I was starting in GitHub world and exploring some opportunities. Like, I would say, like, the open source projects, doing some PRs, learning about stuff. I was not into so much into GitHub, but it took a lot of time. I have a bit of enterprise backend dev experience, and then I used it to, like, join several these spaces, work with a lot of people. I did ping a lot of developer advocates about, like, asking how do I get it. I should give a lot of credit to Phil Nash, who is an Twilio developer advocate, is really famous. I guess not many people might know. And then Phil Nash reviewed my resume, and then he kind of, like, helped me sort out things for a while. And then like, he also told me that what are the things that might not be the things uh, that might not really work for. I really took his advice. And then uh, and then like, I gave this interview, and I was really thinking this is something that I wouldn't get. Uh, but then I'm really glad that there are several companies I could see even now that they remember the developer in you. So, and then you
Mhm.
join in for it. So before, see, I want to really give advice to anyone who is watching the stream. See, it's really important to be a developer first. It's really important to understand the developer mindset, the users, the developers experience, and a lot of things that you really needs to be on hands on. And it's really different, be it a community manager, be it a developer relations program manager, or whatever it is, or even a developer advocacy role. All that you specifically need, or specifically need to understand, is you need to understand how really a developer thinks about the role. And then, like, thinks about the technology and a lot of these things. And then, like, that gives you an edge to come to this side and, like, start bringing both the worlds together. Like, start bringing the advocacy part, and bringing the developer community together. So that was my transition. And then like I applied. I think a fellow colleague referred to me via the like a referral, and then it was all good. I did present at a couple of meetups. A lot
Mhm.
of these positions, they definitely want to see what you are into the community. So
Right.
whether you have done genuine, not expecting anything written type of
Mhm.
community work. So that means like you went to a Jug group, talked about the next gen features of Java. You went to a Elasticsearch user group and spoke about like how is it. So you you figure out a way, work with the community, find out if you're really interested, and then people would really love it. So that's how it happened to me, but it took a lot of time.